Okay, to add on to lecture B1, this is going to be B1 sub B, just to help you a little bit more with the query wizard. The small database that I had before wasn't really a great way to look at the query, and I've pulled up a database off of the student data. This is the membership B database, and it's got 3 tables. It's got activities, members, and zips. So let's take a look. Right now I have the members table up. This is quite a lot of 37 entries, and you've got first name, last name. Let's slide this over just a little bit. First name, last name, city, state, or zip, street, zip, birthday, dues, member number, whether they're retired or not. And you can add to this table. And also we've got an activities table. If we open up the activities table, it shows the ID of the activity, specifically, member number that participated in the activity. It showed the activity date and the hours the person worked. So this would be a table to keep track of members' activities. And the zip table looks like it's zip code. If you put in a zip code, it automatically links to a specific list of city and state. So that's why in the members table, the only thing you saw here was street and zip code. You did not have to enter in the city and state. So let's do a query wizard off of this report, these reports. Let's do a query wizard where we're going to look at a simple query. We're going to look at members. We're going to go first name, last name, street, and zip code. Whoops, not birthday. I want to take that back. I don't want their birthday. So basically, along with this, I'm going to add the table of zips. And so I'm going to add the zip code already exists, so I'm going to add the zip, city, and state. So you can see over here we've got the fields first name, last name, street, member, zip code, and zips zip code. City and state comes from the zips. So next, we're going to call this members query for cities. Okay, and open the query to view information. Okay, finish. So here's the query that we pulled up. That's the query that we just created, members query for cities. We've got first name, last name, streets, address. We've got the member zips, member zip, and the zips for zip code, and then within that we've got the cities and state. So if you were going to say possibly want to run mailing labels from a list like this, I would remove one of the zip codes. From having the member zip pull up the zip codes, it allowed the 2 tables to talk to each other. And if we go into the queries area, let's see, pull up that query. Come on, pull up the query, please. Open. Design view. Okay, now you can see how this has the 2 tables that talk back and forth to each other, but it's an open-ended, both directional. It's not a one-to-many or many-to-one. It's both bidirectional query where it'll check the zip code here, and then the zip code goes over here to check the zip code and produce a city state. So if we went back to that query, back to the view, the regular list view, it'll show you how this is put together, and then you could actually build a mailing list from this. You could create several different things from this list. And I just wanted to show you guys how that works as far as the communication between the tables. Now let's try a different one. Let's go back to create a query wizard, and let's look at simple query. Let's look at simple query for cities. We're going to go to the tables for members, first name, last name, and member number. Okay, and then we're also going to go to the queries of activities. We're going to look for member number, activity date, and the hours worked. So this is going to tell us members, member number, and it's going to tell us the activities member number, so we'll be able to match that up. So let's pull the next, detail of every record, and this is going to be activities query. Oops, why? Okay, so now we pulled up Micah Mayberry. He's at member number 1, and he's been involved in activities on these dates, and he's worked this many hours. So you could actually pull Micah's got 4 hours for 4 days, so he has a total of 16 hours. And you can see how this goes through all the different members and how many times they volunteered, how often, what dates, and how many hours they worked. And you can see how the hours worked vary according to the member. That gives you another chance to look at this. I just wanted you to have a chance to see how the Query Wizard worked, to be able to talk between two tables. Hopefully this will help.